Hello. I'm just coming on here for a bonus video, and this is something I also wanted to kind of get off my chest a little bit. Um, I've noticed something about one of my favorite YouTubers, and it kind of sucks, and I didn't want to have to make this video, but this is something that's kind of been happening a little bit over time. This is a video about the traveler MaryJane Byarm. Yeah. But I just wanted to say this now, just so, like, at least people are aware and they're not going to be so surprised once she keeps going down this road, and if she ever gets outed or something. I don't know. MaryJane Byarm, this isn't a hate video. I am a fan of your channel. I've watched for quite some time. When you started doing I think it was like you're trying to travel at least 30 countries, and then you switched to 100. So this isn't a hate video. I'm not trying to spread hate on you. I just want you to be aware of something so that either you can correct it or, you know, be a better person. Because I'm noticing that you're starting to go down a road that most YouTubers fall under once they get big and once their momentum keeps rising. And a lot of the times that ends up putting them in a bad situation with being outed. And I'm seeing a case being built up against you, and it's not looking very good. So I just wanted you to know this is not a hate video. This is just more of an awareness that this is going on, and I wish you the best. Okay. Yeah, so as of lately, MaryJane Byarm, if you don't know her, she is an amazing travel vlog videos. Her travel videos are pretty mediocre, but at the time it was just really nice to see like amateur travel videos. They weren't really professional or high quality, but it was nice seeing her. And plus, to be honest, I'm gonna be real honest, like, she's very, very pretty, and she fits the aesthetic of the mainstream view of beauty at the moment. So it was really nice seeing her travel the world, basically, and giving a different perspective versus like I don't know, just giving a different perspective of traveling than what the norm was, versus the high aesthetic drone shot, high quality camera, crystal clear, professional editing. You know, this was like a very like, here's my camera, here's the world. But they were really nice videos to watch, and it was honestly like a lot of people just like to see her in general, which I'm not bashing that. That's why I was there. And as she started gaining fame, I have noticed that people are gonna say like she's become more arrogant, but I don't know if that's what I would call it just yet, because there's not high level of evidence. The evidence I'm just gonna provide here are just screenshots of stuff that she said over her Instagram, and it's been kind of like side-eye. And some of her fans, I've looked at the comments at some of her recent videos that she's been posting, and she's been clickbaiting a lot lately. Like, she would do it every now and then before, like maybe once or twice or whatever, but now I've realized she's been clickbaiting a lot, and I don't understand like why she would have to do that. And her videos are not as interesting anymore. Like, her views weren't going as high until she made the pregnancy video, and then that's when her views started shooting up again, and she's gaining more subscribers and stuff like that. And I feel like that's why she's kind of holding on her next part of the video for once her views start going down. Most of the people her following, her gaining, was from doing the 100 countries within a year. And that was like the most like, oh, there's a goal in mind. Like, it was like a show. But then once that was over, it was kind of like, and she kind of just like was calming down and was trying to like live her own life and have some fun. Now it's like kind of boring. Like, what do I look for? Like, oh, it's just another basic travel around New York. But when there was no goal in mind, it wasn't interesting. So now on to like the actual point of this video is how she has been responding to her fans. And I've noticed she's been more and more kind of influencer or YouTuber, high profile YouTuber-esque with commenters. And one thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, besides from the clickbaiting was the first thing when I was like, what's the point? Like, you have an interesting life and you can, if you are creative enough, you could make really interesting videos. So I don't understand why the point of the clickbaiting, it doesn't make any sense. And then 2 was how she was responding to I guess racism around the world. And anytime people would ask her that, she would get really, really frustrated and stuff like that. And I'm just like, here's my point of view with that. These do not come for me. I understand her point, but I just feel like she doesn't. 1, if people keep asking about it, just don't comment about it. 2, you don't have to say it so rudely, and just because you specifically haven't experienced it, because honestly she hasn't stayed in a country long enough to really have that experience. And also she's also a loner. She's a self-proclaimed loner. She doesn't really like being around people. She doesn't really like being around others and being in crowds and stuff like that. This is what she says. And so if that's the case, then wouldn't you not be able to experience that? Because racism is between 2 direct people. So I don't feel like you can. I would just say like, no, I haven't experienced it yet. But I know that there's people who have. Racism is all over the world. However, I'm very fortunate not to have experienced it yet. Because I have looked at videos of people from all over the world who have experienced versions of racism, and to her it's kind of like denouncing it. One person on Instagram had asked her about is there racism around the country, or has she experienced racism, and she went off. I'm like, to me, I'm just like, that rubs me the wrong way. It really does. It really, really, really does. To the way she answers these people, it's like she's denouncing it. Like she's saying like, why would you even think that? Like, or something like that. And I'm like, just because you haven't experienced it doesn't mean that that doesn't exist. And I understand that Americans have these racial stereotypes of the world, especially black people, because we're always in defense mode. And I feel like making those people feel ashamed for even thinking that or even asking that question is kind of wrong. And I noticed she's been doing that a lot lately. I've seen people with the color of my skin or darker share their stories, who live in these countries and share their stories. So if you really want to know if there's racism around the world, ask people who live in those countries. MaryJane stays there for maybe about a week or a month or 2, and doesn't interact with anybody. So she's not the best person to ask these questions and really understand and get an understanding of the world. I don't think she's the best person for that. And then on top of that, a lot of people, because of her beauty, which is not on her at all, it's not on her, but people will treat her differently compared to, like, I guess they would treat me or anybody else who wouldn't second guess what they were. So that's my take on that. I'm just saying that really grinds my gears. One thing that's also been kind of One thing that's also been bringing me a little bit of concern, which is something that I admired her about, which is something even I admired about her, was like how she was able to travel alone and all that stuff. And you know, she was a solo female traveler, even went to very dangerous countries and only showed the highlights of it. And then recently she had done a story time of how she almost got shot at one of these countries. Okay, so I have no problem promoting the general like highlights of being in a country, and I understand not wanting to, you know, put stereotypes on anything, and I get that, and I feel like, you know, she had the right intentions. However, I think that gives a lot of people false understanding of how dangerous a situation can be. And even I had thought about wanting to solo travel, because I'm like, look at her, she's having so much fun and she's like just enjoying the world. And then once I saw that video, because I'm also a religious person, and she said just God is protecting her and stuff like that. But once I saw the video of her almost getting shot at one place, I was like, it kind of snapped me out of it. I'm like, wait, there are some actual dangerous places out there, but you wouldn't really know that, because even no matter if you talk bad or critically about any places that to her, or ask her if she's ever been in any dangerous situations, she kind of demotes that and makes you feel bad about even asking or even assuming these questions when she's actually been in some serious safety precautions as a solo female traveler. I'm just saying this is a more like a personal concern rather than something wrong. I understand what she's doing and not actually saying what's dangerous of solo traveling, but by doing so, you're giving a false sense of like the world is safe and that anybody can female travel. Lastly, okay, I know I'm gonna show all the comments and stuff clearly after this video so that you can see perfectly at least comments that she's made to people and stuff that she has said, that she literally has wrote. So you guys can watch it, you guys can take the assessment as you will. These are just notes in my head, and I feel like this stuff is definitely going to be used against her when she's as she grows, and people are taking notes. MaryJane, I'm saying this for your better good. I'm reiterating this because I really want to stress this. This is not a hate video. I'm just letting you know, like, hey, we're noticing these things, and I don't want to see you go down that road of what happens to most really famous YouTubers, and then people end up making a legit exposed video of you, because this is not it. This is just a message to you that, hey, people are building a case against you, and it's not working in your favor. I'm sorry. The last thing I want to say was basically, yeah, how she's commenting to people who are asking her repeated questions. I just saw a private conversation she was having with someone, and she was very disrespectful, at least in the context that I saw it. I'm gonna repeat that again. In the context that I saw it, she was very disrespectful, very mean, and just once again went off on somebody who was just asking a legit question. She does this quite often, and she just really disrespects her viewers, and also she really seems to denounce, at least to me, her African American community, which really sucks. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna show you what I saw, and you guys can make your assumptions there. MaryJane, this is just my last message to you. This is no hate. I just don't want to see an exposed video made about you, And I know you're just learning. You're still young. You're just learning how to make YouTube videos. But claiming that everybody wants to be you and acting as a hierarchy kind of makes you seem a lot weaker than you are. Also, hear people out. Please don't get as defensive and don't take things to heart so much. Just hear people out, see what they have to say, and if it's nasty, just kill them with kindness, because they're building a case against you, and I'm afraid that everything that you've built so far will crumble. Yeah, and this is not even all the evidence that I have. Whoever, because there was a whole web page about it, and most of the video, like most of the stuff is blurred, so I can't really see it. So there's way more evidence than the few pictures that I have right now that I'm about to show you. I don't want to see you fall. I wish you the best. I hope all is well, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. This is just an awareness video. Okay. Bonus video over. Sorry, I just really want to stress this. I'm not trying to make anybody like change their opinion of her or trying to make you think anything. I'm just providing what I know and what I saw, and you think whatever you want to think. Like, if you like, I'm still gonna watch her videos. I'm still followed to her on Instagram. I'm just making a note of this. Okay. Please don't send me hate. This is not a hate video. Okay, bye.